23. This is where the sequence of numbers, my lord, are not here, because on mine, on the one that now, as I said, my lord, others were removed. There's a last page of 175. I do not have 74 going downwards. There's only one page of 175. So the chronology of this part, it is not clear. But if you go further, where now it refers to the identikit which it says is marked A194, that is also in order, because if you go to volume 3, you will find that A194 indeed it refers to identikit of the two intruders. So the only mix-up, so to say, my lord, is in relation to the paragraph of, or is containing these four photos, 17, 170, 17, and 23. And it's not in line, as I said, my lord, some of the pages, and I suppose it's during maybe the consultation or exhibits being submitted. They're not in a proper sequence, my lord.
Engikushoyo ukuthi lana ke ngkwalo statement engisibhekileke la ku paragraph 21 uyakhuluma ke la khona ke uConstable Zungu ukhuluma ngaye ke umsolwa wesithathu uyasho ke futhi ukuthi kukhona ke la kubhalwe A94 kodwa ubheka uthi kufanele ukuthi kube A194 abese yasho ke ithombe lapha yana u10 no17 bheka uthi ngempela ke lapho ziyahambelana ke nale album leso 10 no17 aqhubeke ke athi ku page 17 ulapho ume lapho ke kanye naye unkani Sifiso Ntuli lokho ke futhi kuyatholakala ke la u photo 22 no24 u31 no34 u36 46 no48 uthi ke la eseqala khona ke ukuthi manje izinto ke zibe nokudidana ke ila athi khona ke ku section A volume 4 umthokozisene maphisa ukhona ke lapho ithombe u7 u170 u17 kanye no23 uthi ke lapho ke zona ayihlanganike lezi nezithombe noma ke ialbum le yena ke anayo aphinde futhi akhulumeke ngaye A154 ngokwalana ila akhuluma khona ke ngomdwebo noma ke identity kit.
So section A194 volume 4 is volume 4 of the docket.
Yes, and if you read it, my lord, it's a statement of Sergeant Mabaso where he refers specifically, that is the downloading under Cleveland case 96 of 2015, and he refers to what he downloaded. So that is the original downloads, but then he attached the photo album. So that is what is marked A194, and that's what I would have interacted with Constable Zungu in relation with, because that's the download, my lord, that would have had in the docket.
A194 ke ila khona asho khona ke uConstable Mabasa ke athi uyena ke amsebenzisa ke noma ke ama downloads awathola khona ke uyena ke A194 lowe engisebenzisene naye ke noma ngisebenzise yona uma ngikhuluma naye uZungu.
Section A194 volume 4 of the docket is what was disclosed to us. It contains of photos from photo 3 to photo 49 of exhibit S of the record. So there is sequence in the numbering of the photos.
No, not on what I have, my lord.
I'm having, yes.
No, there's no sequence. In what I have, my lord, I don't have the sequence of the numbering, and that is why now I need to correlate the two, my lord.
Maybe we can request my colleagues to beam exhibit S of the record, so that we can see the sequence of the numbering of exhibit S. Sorry to appear.
Yes,
we can just look at the screen then. Yes. Maybe, sorry, Dr. Sibanda, can you go to the first page? Page 1 of exhibit S. Where is yours, Pikapi? I mean, the one that you say it is.
But I thought you said I must look on the
screen.
screen.
I mean, so that we can both of us look there and have mine and have yours.
Yeah, but mine, like I'm saying, is not in a sequence. It's only accurate insofar as accused 3 is concerned and the identikit. When it comes to accused number 4, your client, it is not in a proper sequence. So we'll find the same thing, because that's what I have. It's here. When it comes to accused 4, insofar as photo number 7, photo number 70, that refer even photo 23, it's not in the sequence. So all the numbers that are in relation to accused 4 are not in line with this. All of them, not only page 7. Insofar as this is concerned.
Uma ke kuya ngalokho ke uma kufikelela ke komeleke noma ke client wakho ke ama number awahlanganike hayi nje kuphela wonke lama number abhalwe lana u7 170 17 kanye no23.
So that is the page 1, the page that is depicted there, it's page 1 of exhibit S.
Yes, because for example, in what I have, my lord, that's why I said I need time to correlate it. Page 23, which Zungu identifies as one of the photos of accused number 3. It depicts accused 3 with Mabungu, one of the relative of accused number 1. This is what I'm talking about. That is not only one photo. So that's why I'm saying there's a mix-up, because I'm saying in what I have, and because I would have worked with what was contained in the docket. So that's why I said, one, we need more time, my lord, so that we actually give a proper explanation, even if it means, my lord, we do the actual download of the video, of the disc, because the disc is still available and it's original, then we can then refer to it. Because what I have, for example, here is it, page 23.
Page 23, it's accused number 3 in Mabungu.
Yeah, but here it says accused 4,
yes.
and that is why I said, my lord, accused 4, it's common cause that the matter was publicized on TV. The accused appeared from the 22nd 7 of October 2020, anyone in the public would have known who are these accused. Particularly, Constable Zungu knows them as his homeland, so there could not be a reason he will miss all the numbers and identify the wrong person, my lord.
Ingakho ngishilo ukuthi ke umuntu angadinga ke isikhathi ke lana ngoba ngokwalana ke la achaza khona ke u23 enginaye mina la umsolwa wesithathu ke emenaye ke uMabhungu ekuyisihlobo sakhe umsolwa wokuqala kodwa ke lana ke u23 yena ke umchaza noma umshona njengomsolwa wesine ke ingakho ngithi ke umuntu angadingeka ke isikhathi ukuze ke lezithombe lezi noma lama number uwabekeke ngendlela nangokulandelana kwabo ngishilo ke nokuthi futhi iCD isekhona ke mhlawumbe ngasetshenziswa yona ke ukuthi ke ama number atholakale kahle.
There's also sorry interject Khumalo. There's also photo 170 which is not appearing on the exhibit that I have, my lord. I don't have something that goes up to 170.
Khona ke no 170 la engenaye ke mina ke la kwizibiti leli enginala nginayo 170.
So when can you bring this information? Because
Make a suggestion. Why don't we give the brigadier time for him to arrange the photos in the way he says Zungu was identifying them.
Correct, my lord.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying, my
Zungu
lord. I'm
was
asking for that.
identifying these photos from this affidavit.
Indeed, my lord. That's what I'm asking for, my
Yeah.
lord. So that we can find the proper sequence
so that
and then
we have something consistent with the affidavit of Zungu, because according to the brigadier, there's a mix-up. After the mix-up comes because you guys were taking out the photos.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, my lord. And if there is any mistake, my lord, I can also take it further that if for some reason, because Constable Zungu testified in court, my thinking is that if there's any mistake, for example, in terms of the numbering of these photos, if he was led about the sequence of the photos, I'm sure, my lord, he would have rectified it. So the record will speak for itself. So one will have to look at the photos and then in trying to assist the court and look at the record as to what did Constable Zungu says if he was taken through the album, because then he must have been taken through the photos. And if he goes to the photos, he will indicate what he sees on the photo. In the event, my lord, there's a maybe a mistake with the numbering contained in the statement. I think we'll find it also.
Yeah, so when can we do that exercise? Mr. Ngqumalo, you can continue with the cross-examination and then we can arrange with the court and everybody else that the brigadier should rearrange, as he says, the sequence of the photos. Is that okay?
yes, it's okay. So when can you do that exercise? Brigadier?
Yeah.
As a court, please, we understand the suggestion by my learned friend in the court, but my Lord, Constable Zungu has testified. His
Yeah.
evidence is on record. We've been checking his evidence during the adjournment. He refers to the photos where he identifies accused number 4 on the photos. Why should we now reinvent the wheel, go back to his affidavit when he's already testified? I think what my learned friend, without prescribing to him what he needs to do, go through his evidence, compare it with the photos that he identifies in his evidence compared to Exhibit S. That's how it should be. You know, if, as Brigadier Gininda says, if there was any inconsistency, they would have confronted him with his testimony. Now, Brigadier Gininda is expected now to try and explain his evidence. We submit, my lord, that with the greatest of respect, that the best way will be to go through his evidence, compare his evidence with the photos, and check what his explanation was if he was confronted with any inconsistencies, and that should, in our view, my lord, solve the problem.
Yeah, Mr. Khumalo, what do you suggest?
My lord, I do have the record of Zungu. I think I'll have to go through the evidence. I do have the records of Zungu. I think I have to go through the cross-examination, my cross-examination
Yeah, fine.
to Constable Zungu
You
and
want
see
to do
what
it
he
now, no
says.
problem. You want to do it now?
No, yes, I want to do it now.
Yeah, fine. Continue, because according to the state, the record is clear. It speaks for itself. That record, Mr. Baloi, on what date was Zungu?
Yeah, for instance, on the 7th of September,
That's the record of the 7th of September.
yeah, 7th September 2023, at page 14.
2023.
Yes, 7th September
Zungu's
2023.
evidence starts from page 23.
Yeah, no, this is where he identifies.
Yeah, fine. But
On page 14,
Page 14.
yeah, he identifies photo 21 of Exhibit S as the one depicting accused number 4, and he carries on.
Yeah, Mr. Khumalo, you can continue, because they say the photos were identified, and that is on record. So you can cross-examine using whatever means you think.
It tells me on the 2nd of October 2023, Advocate Nxumalo deals or cross-examines Constable Zungu on the photos.
On the three photos.
Yes, Exhibit S.
Yes, well, continue, Mr. Khumalo. The allegation that Zungu at one stage couldn't identify the photos properly. Has that been put to you?
No, it has not been put to me, my lord.
But I see your contention is the whole of South Africa on the 27th of October 2019, is it?
2020, my lord.
2020.
Yes.
We saw the accused on video, TV.
On TV, my lord, and it's been like that all the way. That is
Ever since?
Ever since, my lord. That is why we opted for the option of the album. If they were not publicized and they did not appear in court, one would have then wanted to do a formal identification parade because he said he knew them. So doing an ID parade of accused that have appeared in court would have been really a fruitless exercise, my lord.
Lokho ngishoyo ukuthi ngazi 27 October 2020 abasolwa ke bese beboniswa ke noma bevela ke ku TV ingakho ke manje bengekhe ke ukusebenzeke ukuthi kwenziwe ke iID parade ngaleso sikhathi abasolwa sebebonisiwe ke ku TV ingakho ke sasebenzisa yona ke ialbum.
My lord, I'll come back to this aspect.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
But I inform this court that upon your assessment of the docket, there are certain facts that inform you that they were intruders. Is that correct?
That is correct, my lord.
Ngishilo ke ukuthi ke ngokubuka ke idokodo ke ukukhona ke okwangitshela ke noma kwaba inkomba ukuthi ngempela kunabantu abangena endle kulo yamuzi.
From the record of the 17th of October 2014, you mentioned about 4 factors that informed you that they were intruders. The record of the 17th of October 2024.
Yes, I'm listening, my lord.
It reads as follows. The record of the 17th of October 2024. Page 19, line 10. Mr. Kininda, that is you, Brigadier. You were responding to a question by my late colleague, Advocate Baloy. So one of the things that I looked at, my lord, obviously, when I looked at the docket was to establish that according to the preliminary statement which the defense has, there was a report that one of the cell phones belonging to Miss Kelly Khumalo was robbed. That was one of the allegations that was said there, close quotation. Do you confirm the record, Brigadier?
Yes, I do confirm, my lord.
Ngavuma ke uma ukuthi lokho kubhaliwe ke lapho ukuthi ke ezinye zeinsoloko kwaku ukuthi umakhalekhukhwini noma ke i-cellphone kaMiss Kelly Khumalo ke yathathwa ke lapho.
This phone has been termed as a runaway phone. You confirm because it took the direction to the hostel. That is Basutwini hostel.
That is correct, my lord. It's the S4. My recollection is the S4 Samsung cell phone, my lord.
Mangikhumbula kahle ke umakhalekhukhwini ke i-S4 i-Samsung ilona ke uma bekhulunywa ke lana kuthiwa ke i-runaway phone ngoba ke yaya ngakuhlangothi langase hostel.
To whom did this cell phone belong, Brigadier?
To Miss Kelly Khumalo, the affidavit is there, my lord. If you look at the statements, Zandi says that, Zandi's mother says that, it's contained in the statements of the people who are inside the house, my lord, particularly the 2 names that I've referred to.
I-cellphone lena ke kuyashiwo ukuthi kwakuye yakhe uMiss Kelly Khumalo, sikhona istatement sakhe uZandile Khumalo nesigama wakhe esikushoyo lokho.
But it is also contained in the statements of the police officers who applied for Section 205 when they indicate which phone belongs to who.
Nakwi-statement futhi ke samaphoyisa ekuyiwona enza isicelo se-Section 205 mabesho ke ukuthi umakhalekhukhwini kabani.
In terms of the numbers, my lord.
Okwamanamba.
Is it correct, Brigadier, that the last activity in this cell phone was on the 26th of October 2014 at 2100 hours 53 minutes 44 seconds, and the tower was 3G Moleleki WTSGS?
I do recall Muleleki Tower, my lord, and the time that Advocate Ngqumalo is telling me, my lord.
Ngiyakhumbula ke itower iMuleleki na nesikhathi ke lesi asishoyo ke uAdvocate Ngqumalo 2153 ngazo ke i-26 October 2014 ukuthi ke ugcina kwale phone ke ukuthi isetshenziswe.
Is it also correct that in respect of this cell phone, it forms part of the counts in the indictment, that is the count of robbery with aggravating circumstances? Have you had sight of the indictment, Brigadier?
My lord, I think that is the terrain for the NPA because I don't want to be dragged in there. I know there were charges that were preferred against the accused, so I don't want to. I know there's a charge of armed robbery in relation of armed robbery.
Yeah.
I know there is one, my lord. But I was not involved in the drafting of the charges. That is the terrain of the NPA, my lord.
Ngiyazi ke ukuthi ke likhona ke icala abathoswayo ke lokubamba inkunzi kuhlonywe ke kodwa ke lapho ngangasiyona ke ingcenye yokuthi ke kushiwo ke noma kuhlanganiswa amacala abawathoswayo ke kuhlangothi lolo NPA noma abashushisi.
What are you saying, Brigadier? Are you saying that you haven't had sight of the indictment? You haven't read the indictment to see what is contained?
No, but my lord, I said I know there is a charge of armed robbery. I just said it now, my lord.
Ngishilo ngathi ngiyazi ukuthi likhona icala abathoswayo ke lokubamba inkunzi kuhlonyiwe.
Just for completeness, Brigadier, of these questions, count 3 is with reference to the count of robbery with aggravating circumstances. And it reads as follows. In that upon or about the 26th of October 2014 in Eto near Fostoras in the district of Boksburg, the accused did unlawful intentional assault Miss Kelly Khumalo and Gladness Khumalo and did with force and violence take a Samsung S4 cell phone, the property or in lawful possession of Miss Kelly Khumalo and or Gladness Khumalo, and did rob her of the same. Aggravating circumstances being present in that the accused made use of a firearm. So the final answer, Brigadier, to the questions that I've asked you earlier, you are saying that this phone, the S4 cell phone, Samsung S4, belonged to Miss Kelly Khumalo.
Yes, that's what the statement says, my lord.
Not Gladness Khumalo.
No, my lord, the court will recall, I've said it is contained in the statement of Gladness Khumalo and Zandi Khumalo, because that's where you hear them referring to the S4 Samsung cell phone. I've said this, my lord, before this was read to me.
Ngaphambi kokuthi ke statement lesi noma lokhu kufundwe ke kumina ke ngishilo ngathi ke khona ke statement sakhe uGladness Khumalo noZandile ukuthi yebo i-cellphone lena i-S4 yakhe uKelly Khumalo.
Brigadier, what is the status of Kelly Khumalo, Miss Kelly Khumalo? Is he a suspect or the complainant, the witness in this case? What is her status?
My lord, she's a person of interest. That's how I can label it. I mean, person of interest, I mean, we went through this exercise, my lord. I've applied for the warrant of arrest for her based on evidence that was before me. We dealt with this portion. So you will not apply for the warrant of arrest if a person is not a suspect in a matter. And so I'm not sure. She's not an accused before court. That's what I can say, my lord. Currently, she's not an accused before court, and that's how I can answer it.
Nanjengamanje ke akasiyena ke ummangalelwa noma umsolwa ke phambi kwale nkantolo noma ke ohlezi la enkantolo kodwa ke ngishilo ke ukuthi ngasenza ke isicelo noma ke i-application phecelezi ke yayo i-warrant of arrest incwadi yokuthi aboshwe ke kodwa ke akekho la phambi kwenkantolo awukwazi ke ukuthi ke ungenza leso sicelo ke uma umuntu engasiyena umsolwa.
So she's not the complainant. She's a person of interest, a suspect.
A complainant on what matter, my lord?
In respect of this case, one of the allegations, as I've read to you the indictment, Brigadier, is with reference to the robbery. She's a complainant in respect of the robbery. Count 3 of the indictment. So I'm basing this question on the fact that when I read the indictment, the count, that is count 3, she's a complainant in that count. So she can't be a suspect at the same time, or a person of interest.
I think we've traversed this issue before. I don't know why this question is being repeated. The evidence has been presented, and this is a determination that will be made at the conclusion of the case as to what role any person, including Ms. Kelly Khumalo, played in the incident. It's not for this witness to already at this stage to give an opinion.
That's it.
Brigadier, I must say that the way the investigations were conducted, it's flawed because the police say this person is a suspect. On the other hand, the director of public prosecution, when drafting indictment, she's a complainant.
As a good case, my lord, I think the witness doesn't need to. Advocate Nxumalo is entitled to his opinion. We submit that the witness doesn't have to respond to that. The witness will disclose. The evidence will disclose what at the end of the case, what transpired on the day.
In respect of this count, Brigadier, what then should we follow? Should we follow your line of thought that Ms. Kelly Khumalo is a suspect or a person of interest, or she's the complainant in this case?
I don't know what is it that Advocate Khumalo doesn't understand. We stood up to say there is the evidence will reveal what the respective roles of the various parties was. It's not for this witness to give an opinion.
Again, you testified about Kelly being a person of interest, the mastermind in the commission of the offense, but the indictment is telling us something totally different. I'll proceed with the question that I want to ask Brigadier. Before I proceed, Brigadier, I wish to take you to the affidavit. It forms part of the record. That is an affidavit of Mthokozisi Twana. It is exhibit P4, my note of the record, at paragraph 14. It reads as follows. I didn't see the suspect taking any cell phone in the house, but later heard that the suspect took Kelly's cell phone. The cell phone was on the charger. Sorry. The cell phone was on charge. was this plasma. Remember that Kelly removed, sorry, I remember that Kelly removed my cell phone from the same charger and placed her cell phone. Maybe if I can repeat this paragraph. Paragraph 14. I didn't see the suspect taking any cell phone in the house. But I later heard that the suspect took Kelly's cell phone. The cell phone was on the charger near the plasma. I remember that Kelly removed my cell phone from the same charger and placed her cell phone. Close quotation.
Angizange ngibabone abasolwa noma umsolwa bethatha i-cellphone kodwa kamuva ngezwa ukuthi ke bathatha i-cellphone yakhe uKelly. Ngiyakhumbula i-cellphone leyo ke yayi-charger eduze nayo ke i-plasma. Ngiyamkhumbula futhi uKelly ukuthi wakhipha eyami wafaka eyakhe.
My Lord, before I get to the question, the suggestion that the investigation is flawed by Advocate Khumalo, I think is baseless and really completely misleading. He has the copy of the docket and he has seen what evidence we've collected. So to say it is flawed or fraud, I'm not so sure. I didn't get that.
Yeah. Don't use those words.
Yeah, no. But even that is completely misleading because the evidence that we've collected speaks for itself. That is a first part, my Lord. Now, when it comes to the evidence of Mthokozi Sithwala, my Lord, it is not for me, and I will, greatest respect, say to Advocate Khumalo that I was not in court when Mthokozi Khumalo testified. I was not there when that statement was taken. It was before my time, so I'm not sure how can I assist. I did not commission that statement. I was not here when he testified. I was not there when he was interviewed, and subsequently that statement taken. How could I then assist, my Lord?
Okokuqala ke angiphendula ke kudaba ke alishilo Advocate Khumalo ukuthi ke ukufaka uphenyo alwenziwa ngendlela noma ke indlela olwenziwe ngayo akusiyona. Ufaka unabo ke imininingwane unayo futhi ke idokodo istatement kuyena ke uma esho ngaleyo ndlela ke angihambisani ke nalo kwakushoyo. Okwesibili uMthokozi Sithwala kathi ke thukubufakazi ngangingekho la enkantolo angazi ukuthi ngalekelela kanjani ke lapho nokuthi ke akumina owathatha noma ke owabhala lesa statement sakhe kwenzeka lokho ngaphambi kwesikhathi sakhe.
And lastly, my Lord, he came to testify. I know we made arrangements for him to come to court, so those issues should have been canvassed with him.
Futhi ke ngiyazi ukuthi wayekhona ke la enkantolo ezothola ke ubufakazi bakhe izinto lezo ke ekwakufanele ukuthi ke zisiwe noma zibuzwe kuyena.
Maybe before I proceed, Brigadier, is Ms. Kelly Khumalo going to come to this court and testify? Do you know?
But my Lord, I don't. There's separation of.
As a court, please, my Lord. It's the discretion of the state to decide which witness to call. It's not the call of the investigating officer to decide. It's for the state to decide which witnesses to call. And at the end of the state case, we'll make all the witnesses that haven't been called available to the defense.
Yes, Mr.
My Lord, with the greatest of respect, can Advocate Baloyi indicate at this juncture, at this moment, whether Ms. Kelly Khumalo is going to be called? Because I have questions that I have lined for my cross-examination. Advocate Baloyi to indicate at this juncture if Ms. Kelly Khumalo is going to be called.
Now he says the state will decide at the end of its evidence.
Or not now?
That's what he says, not me.
Yeah, I do get you, my Lord. Thank you.
He says he will decide at the end of the state's case, and if there are witnesses which have not testified,
Yes.
the state is going to make them available to the defense.
I'm raising this issue, my Lord, because he had indicated, that is
Hello?
Advocate Baloyi indicated that Brigadier Kininda is the last witness for the state. So I want to know now whether any further witnesses are going to be called. That was the
Why don't you
indication
wait
that
until the
was
state
made.
closes his case? I don't know too. They may call other witnesses. I don't know.
Thank you, my Lord.
Maybe to come to Advocate Khumalo's rescue, we are on record. Several occasions, we said we're not going to call Ms. Kelly Khumalo. If he wants us to repeat it, we are
Oh, I see.
repeating it. We're not going to call him.
There you have the answer, sir.
I'm answered, my Lord. Thank you. Brigadier, the record of the 2nd of August 2023, that is the evidence of Mthokozi Sithwala. At page 30 of the proceedings of the 2nd of August 2023. It reads as follows. At line 19, it is a question by my colleague Advocate Baloyi to the witness Mthokozi Sithwala. Yes, you may proceed, Mr. Sithwala. Before the adjournment, you told the court that you were charging your phone next to the TV stand and that Ms. Kelly Khumalo unplugged your phone and then plugged in hers. What happened further? The response by Mr. Sithwala is as follows. What I remember is that my phone was still on the stand because I thought that once she had done charging, she would then put my phone back. We were seated just chatting, each and every person drinking whatever he or she bought, close quotation. Sorry, Brigadier, I'm not done. So the essence of me, Brigadier, raising this issues, the issue of the statement, the affidavit of Nxumalo, and the record of the 2nd of August 2023 is in relation to the fact that the cell phone of Ms. Kelly Khumalo was on the stand, on the charge. You understand, Brigadier?
I'm listening, my lord.
Yes.
No, but I thought the question is coming, my lord. I'm
No,
listening.
I'm still continuing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Kule statement besiqeda ufundwa ke akusona ke statement but ke ubufakazi bakhe umthokozisi uthwala ebuza uyena ke uadvocate ubaloyi ukuthi ke ushilo ke ukuthi ke ifone yakho uyayicharger wase ekhipha ke emuva kwalokho ukhilile wafaka eyakhe kwesekwenzekani ke emuva kwalokho ngangilindele ukuthi ke noma ngangimile ke ngibhekile ukuthi ke kuzothi ke kamuva ke akhiphe eyakhe abe esebuyisela eyami ifone.
Constable Mosia, who was a constable at that time, attended the crime scene, Brigadier. On the 27th of October 2014, at about 12 hours 20 minutes, on the morning of the 27th of October 2014, he attended the crime scene at 13511 Kutanong Street, Mzamo section, extension 11, Phosphorus, and took photos, 8 photos, and compiled a photo album which was handed in as Exhibit C of the record. Are you aware of the photo album with photos which was photographed or taken by Constable Mosia on the 27th of October 2014?
Yes, I'm aware of crime scene photos, my lord, that were taken by Constable Mosia.
Ngiyazi ke ithombe zendawo ke yesigameko ezathathwa kuyena ke Constable Mosia ke ngaleso sikhathi uwarrant officer Mosia.
Or rather, my lord, I'm aware that he attended the crime scene and that crime scene photos were taken. I'm not sure whether he's the one who actually used the camera, so just to put it in the right context. But I'm aware that there were photos taken on that day and that he attended. But I don't recall whether he was the actual photographer as well as this crime scene analyst as well.
Ngiyazi ukuthi wayeyile ke lapho nokuthi kuneyithombe ke ezathathwa ke lapho kodwa ukuthi uyena wayesebenzisa icamera angikwazi lokho.
He's the one who was using the camera. He took 8 photos and compiled the photo album, Exhibit C of the record.
I'm listening, my lord.
So I'm trying to correct you, Brigadier, that he told us that he's the one who took photos. So I want you to understand that.
I will not dispute, my lord. That's the thing, my lord, because I was not here when he testified. If that's what he said, it's not in dispute, my lord.
Uma kuwukuthi yena ke wathi uyena ke ithombe lezo wayithwethula angeke ifikise lokho.
He told us, Brigadier, that he took the 8 photos and could not take further photos because of the quality that the camera was producing. Do you understand that, Brigadier?
I'm listening, my lord. I can only listen because it will be difficult, my lord. And that is the same with the first part where I was saying I'm waiting for the question, the part of Mr. Twala of what he said in this court. I was not in court. I'm not sure really how could I assist in that evidence. And I think the same notion applies to Warrant Officer Mosia. I was not here when he testified. What he told the court was not privy to me. So I don't know how could really I assist with what he said to this court, my lord.
Ngizokwenza ke lokho njengoba ngishilo nakuyena ke umthokozisi ke engakwenza ukuthi ngilaleleke ngangekho enkantolo ukuthi ke ngingaphendula ke ngisho ukuthi ke kwenzekani ke ngobufakazi bakhe.
I see that my client's hand is up. May I approach you?
Yes.
Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. Because of the quality of the camera that he was using, he took only 8 photos, Brigadier. I then requested Constable Mosia for the master copy of the docket of this case from the local criminal record center. The master copy, Brigadier, came back and with additional photos. May I hand the copy to the Brigadier, my lord?
Yeah,
Yes, my lord. I see what has been handed to me.
Yes. The master copy, Brigadier, came back with the additional photos. Of in importance, Brigadier, are the 2 photos at the top. Do you see the 2 photos at the top there?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where there is a cell phone on the TV stand.
I can see that, my lord.
Yes.
Ngiyabona ke le ithombe embili phezulu ne cell phone kanye ne TV stand.
Arising from the photos that he brought, the photos that form part of the master copy, the following questions were put to Constable Musia on the 5th of September 2023 by myself. At line number 18, Mr. Khumalo, Warrant Officer, you did not include the two photos, that is the previous one and that photo in the photo album, Exhibit C. Mr. Musia, I do not have a reason. I do not have any reason in particular. The photographs are arranged in accordance with my crime scene. If I see that perhaps it does not really have a good quality as well, it is a photograph that I'm going to put aside. But there is not any reason in particular. Close quotation.
I'm listening, my lord. I'm not sure if that Khumalo is done.
So what Constable Musia is saying, Brigadier, that he had no reason in particular not to include the two photos depicting the cellular phone which is on the stand. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand what is being put to me, my lord.
Ngiyakuzwa lokho okushiwo kumina ke ngoba lokho ubhalwe lana ke warrant officer kusho yena ku Mr. Ngqumalo kungani ke ungazange uyifakeke noma zibe ingxenye ithombe leziya ezimbili. That is the previous one. Lesi sangaphambilini kanye naleso isithombe kwi-album Exhibit C. Umephendula ke uMusia anginaso izathu noma ke izathu nje sithizeni ithombe zihlengwa ke noma zihlelwa ke ngokwendlela ke noma indawo yesigameko engayo uma ngiyabona ukuthi ke isithombe asiphumanga kahle noma ke iquality yakho na ke ayikho kahle kuyisithombe engizosibeka eceleni kodwa ke asikho nje izathu esitheni.
Constable Musia further told this court, Brigadier, that he took those two photos amongst the photos that he took, which are forming part of Exhibit C of the record, at about 1 on the morning of the 27th of October 2014. That is the following day of the incident.
I'm listening, my lord.
Ngalele uma uthi ke ithombe lezo wazithatha ke ngo1 isikhathi entatha kusake ngazo i27 October 2014.
Constable Musia further told this court that he did not complete the whole procedure, that is of the taking of the photos, because he had to attend to other crime scenes. Do you understand that?
Yes, I'm following, my lord.
Ushilo ke futhi uConstable Musia ke ukuthi ke akaqhubeka kangaka ukuthi aqedeleleke ngoba kwakufanele ukuthi ke aye kwezinye indawo zezigameko. Yebo ngilalele.
So he did not conduct any further consultations with the witnesses who were inside the house, including Ms. Kelly Khumalo, in respect of this case. You relied on the statements that were in the docket when you received it.
Is that, excuse me, is that a question, my lord? Sorry, is that now a question to me?
Yes, it's a question to you. There is no consultation, Brigadier, that you had with the witnesses who were inside the house in connection with this case.
No, but that's not what I said, my lord, earlier, with greatest respect. I did indicate the witnesses that we saw, including Ms. Khumalo Senior, the mother. I testified about this. I also made mention of the two friends of the Senzo, Tumelo Madlala, as well as Thokosi Sitwala. I also, and I'm repeating it again, my lord, that we also consulted with Zandile Khumalo. So I've said these things, my lord. So that is the first part insofar what the question is saying. Secondly, my lord, there is forensic evidence, objective evidence, that indicates that the runaway phone was on one tower before the incident happened. After the incident has taken place,